It's August, time for one of Old Town Portsmouth's big annual events, the Seawall Art Show. We'll learn more about this 52-year-old Portsmouth tradition and also what else is happening in Portsmouth in August, right here, right now, on this episode of Portsmouth Now. Welcome to this August 2024 episode of Portsmouth Now. I'm your host, Rob Lauer. Now, if you're the type who likes during the summer getting out in nature, then Portsmouth is the place for you, where we have two outstanding nature preserves. Our first guest today is Katie Lang, who will tell us about one of them, Hoffler Creek Wildlife Preserve in Churchland. Katie, welcome to Portsmouth Now.
Thank you.
Now, I'm sure a lot of our viewers probably have no idea where Hoffler Creek Wildlife Preserve is even located. Where are you located?
Yes, it's located in Churchland at the end of Town Point Road.
Okay. Now, I know decades ago that probably was, there were a lot of Victorian farmhouses back there, just a lot of farmland. It is not that way anymore.
No, not at all. It was originally a farm, actually, and so many things went down, and now it is what it is today, the wildlife preserve, but also surrounded by neighborhoods.
Yeah. Now, my understanding was that when they were building the freeway 164, they dug a lot of land and basically sort of a lake formed there. And they decided this would be a great place to basically have this preserved and, attract wildlife and, make a beautiful place for people to kayak and walk and jog and everything else. So tell us what you find there when you pull into the area.
So first is so many trees, plants, different types of plants, all of that. And also, since it is a wildlife preserve, there's so many wildlife. Every day that I come into work, I see a turtle laying eggs. Mm-hmm. And it's just every morning that I see one or two laying eggs. And soon enough, those eggs, we protect them with little cages that go over them so that in a few months when they hatch, we're gonna watch the little turtles go off into the lake. Wow. You see birds.
I would think this would be a great place for bird watching.
Yes, so many birds. We have bird blinds actually on a few of the trails for everyone to be able to see the birds, but the birds not be able to see you.
Good. And there is, in one area, I know you have kayaks, right?
Yes.
And there's also we're doing something to preserve oyster beds and things like that at one point?
Yes, we have an oyster restoration program that's with the Portsmouth Public Schools. So the high schools and I think some of the middle schools will come down and they do this project throughout the year. We have oyster beds for them that they measure them, take care of them, and then we also have used those past oysters to make a barrier from the water, like the land and the water, kind of like a little retaining wall with the oyster shells. And that helps aid a lot of different crabs and snails, a lot of different little sea creatures with homes and protection from other sea creatures.
Well, I know once you enter the reserve, I mean, really, you would have no idea that that there was anything within miles and miles and miles, much less a neighborhood just outside. But and we have a great trail that goes around the lake itself, which I know I had lived in Churchland for years and actually would go there walking a couple times a week just for the exercise. But it was always a beautiful place to go.
Yeah, that's our main trail, the Lake Ballard Trail, and that trail's about a mile long. And then off of that trail are a bunch of little trails that kind of go more out into the woods, so you can see a little bit more wildlife and just experience more of the park. Okay.
Now, besides just showing up and you sponsor a series of events throughout the year. People can become activities and things people can engage in. Can you tell us a little bit what you have in store for August?
Yeah, so for August we have a lot of kayak events. Right now we are offering kayak lessons, 2 of them in level 1 and level 2 in August. And we have a full moon paddle, a sunset paddle, and a salt marsh paddle that happen each month.
Okay.
And in addition to the paddles, we do monthly a bird walk.
Okay.
that you can go to before the preserve opens, and kind of see all the birds while they're still more active in the morning. And also a mindful meditation that we do twice a month.
Oh, fantastic. Now, people wanted to find out more about those events. Is there a website they can go to or a number they can call?
Yeah, they can always call our office, and then also hofflercreek.org has all of our events listed. I believe right now up until the end of August we have. Normally we put the next month's up soon. And also we post a lot about our events on our Instagram at Hoffler Creek and our Facebook as well, Hoffler Creek Wildlife Preserve.
And this is not just a summer place. This is basically all year round, January, February, all throughout the year.
Yes.
You can go there. And sort of, I suppose some of the bird watching and things like that would be to take advantage of the birds that migrate at certain times of the year through the area and all of that.
Yes, definitely. We do bird walks all year round. Every month we have that in addition to the mindful meditation as well. And in the fall, we've just planned a few fall events coming up. There are a lot of little hikes, a lot of different types of tree walks, and like a tree ID walk, a bear tree walk, and a fall foliage one. And also we will have an owl prawl at night. There's going to be a lot of owls will come out more then, and that will be exciting to see.
Well, I know the Actor is one of my favorite places. I love fall. One of my favorite places to go once the leaves start changing. It's gorgeous out there. It really is.
Especially over the lake. It changes the lake colors, how it reflects on it.
Beautiful, yeah. You mentioned kayaking. Are there kayaks that people can rent there? Can they bring their own kayak?
Yes, of course. We have kayak rentals every day that we're open, which is Tuesday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And they can always also launch their own kayaks in rentals and also in the events that we have planned.
Fantastic. So give us the website one more time where people can go for more information.
Yes, hofflercreek.org.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank
Katie.
you.
Larry Lapel from the Elizabeth River Project joins us next to tell us what's happening this August at Paradise Creek Nature Park. Larry, welcome to Portsmouth Now.
Thank you very much.
For our viewers who have no idea about the Elizabeth River Project, and tell us a little bit about what you do.
I am the park manager at Paradise Creek Nature Park. I work for the Elizabeth River Project. Our goal is to restore the Elizabeth River. So we do restoration projects. We restore shorelines. We do oyster restorations. At Paradise Creek Nature Park, we're the educational branch of the Elizabeth River Project. We do school field trips. We do outings. We do kayak trips throughout the year. Basically, our job is to try to get people to interact with the river. We're in 1141 Victory Boulevard in Craddock.
Yeah.
Right near the big Inviva domes. So we go take people out there and take them in the kayaks out there by the dome to our oyster reef and teach them the ecology of the marsh and teach them the ecology of the river and what the benefit of oysters is.
You know, it really is sort of a hidden jewel almost. I mean, it's out in the Craddock area, which people don't necessarily associate with wildlife and with nature and all, but it is a gorgeous park.
It's a 40-acre former dump site. It used to be, so the Elizabeth River Project purchased it and rehabilitated it. We put in trails. We took out the polluted soil from the salt marsh that was there, brought in fresh soil, fresh grasses. Now it's a healthy functioning ecosystem, and it is a jewel in the middle of Craddock. It's very industrialized.
It's so interesting to go down to the river there and the kayak, and you see the domes and sort of the industry off in the distance, but you're in the middle of nature.
Yes.
So tell us, what sorts of things do you have coming up in the month of August? That people
we have volunteer service days on the 3rd and the 10th of August. We have a bird walk on the 17th of August. We have a kayak eco tour on the 17th of August. And on the 24th of August, we're doing outdoor yoga.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
So all those are available at elizabethriver.org.
Okay.
All our opportunities to volunteer, all of opportunities for activities for both Portsmouth and Norfolk. If you want to get involved with the Elizabeth River Project, you can get at elizabethriver.org.
Okay.
If you go to the Paradise Creek Nature Park page, you'll find our activities. And if you go to the Ryan Resilience Lab, you'll see the activities that we do over in Norfolk.
All right, and now at Paradise Creek, there's also like a classroom. And so during the year, I suppose you are open up to public schools and schools?
We do lots of field trips. We do lots of conferences, teachers, workshops. We're an educational wing. We have any way we can educate the public, school children and educators that we're open to doing.
As far as the kayaking goes, is that something that is available just at certain times? Can you go there if you have a kayak? Can you go there and kayak on your own?
You can launch your own boat there, but we do kayak eco tours June through September, October, once a month.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thanks for coming in and telling us about this. And really, if you love nature, be sure to try to check out Paradise Creek. It really is a jewel that's sort of hidden, but not really in Craddock. Thanks for joining us, Larry.
You're welcome.
Scammers never take a day off, and they want your personal information. At Dominion Energy, we want you to be safe. Here are some tips to help you avoid getting scammed. Scammers may call you. In fact, they can pretend that they are Dominion Energy and falsify your caller ID to say Dominion Energy. If you get a call demanding immediate payment and threatening disconnection, hang up. Scammers may also text you. If you get a text message with a link asking for payment, do not click on it. Scammers go door to door. Scammers may show up at your door pretending to be Dominion Energy and ask for access to your home. Dominion Energy representatives do not go door to door asking for payment. If a representative from Dominion Energy comes to your home, they will have identification with Dominion Energy branding, and Dominion Energy representatives travel in white vehicles with the logo on the side. There are a couple of ways to verify if you have a payment due. Go online to dominionenergy.com, sign into your account to check to see if you have a payment due. Or just give us a call, 866-DOM-HELP, and one of our customer service representatives will let you know if you have a payment due. Then, you can make your payment using our automated system. We want you to be careful, we want you to be safe, and we are here to help.
I'm joined now by Chief Jenkins of the Portsmouth Police, who's here to tell us about the 2024 National Night Out. Welcome to Portsmouth Now, Chief Jenkins.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So what is National Night Out?
So National Night Out is our annual community celebration where we, as the police department and the community, partner together for a festival to take back our streets. It's our day that we come together and say, as a community, that we are not going to accept crime. It's a joyous occasion for us all to get together and make those lasting relationships that we have lost over the course of time.
So this is basically in the neighborhoods and with the people that you
so
serve.
Historically we started out as that way. Each community would have their own individual and we would go around to each one. But over the last couple of years, we decided to combine all of those communities together. It's important for folks to build strong community and relationships. It's important for Parkview to talk to Old Town and Old Town to talk to West Parkview. And so all of us have come together at Festival Park, and for the last couple of years we've been there and it's been a huge success.
Okay, and that'll be this year on August 6th?
Yes, August 6th from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay, and so is this just open to the public then?
Yes, absolutely. We encourage you to come out, bring your kids, bring your grandparents, bring your dogs, and just enjoy the celebration. We'll have food and music that will be there. We'll have well over 30 vendors. The military is assisting us with a flyover again this year, and we've last couple of years we've had a dunk tape. So come out and dunk your favorite official. We really try to.
That should draw a lot of people.
We try to have as much fun as possible. Again, it's really the community getting back together. But public safety is everybody's responsibility. It's an opportunity for us as a police department to engage with the community and for them to see us in a different light than just call for service.
Well, thank you for joining us, and be sure to check out the National Night Out at Festival Park on August 6th. Mark Polomarchuk, Director of Portsmouth Parks and Recreation, joins us next to tell us about Sunset Thursdays and other events taking place throughout the month of August. Mark, welcome back to Portsmouth Now.
Thanks for having me, Rob. It's my pleasure.
So what's happening this month of August?
Month of August, dog days of summer.
Yes.
But we are still rolling along in Parks and Recreation. Our Sunset Thursday concert series will be happening every Thursday in August all the way till August 29th, with a very special one on August 1st. It's actually doubling as the City of Portsmouth recertification event as an official Coast Guard city, which is a very big deal.
Yeah, very big deal.
Yes.
What time does that usually take place?
So the Sunset Thursday concert will begin at 6:30. The actual ceremony and the proclamation will start about 7:15.
Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. What else is happening?
Well, we have one of our other big events coming up in August as well that we've been doing. This will be our 4th year doing it. It's our Back to School Bash.
Okay.
That'll be at Festival Park and the Atlantic Union Bank Pavilion. It'll be from 12 to 7 on August 17th. And we partner with one of our local organizations, Big Homies. It's a great event. Not only are we giving out a ton of back to school supplies for a lot of kids and families that need it, we also have a basketball court we bring out and put on the pavilion and have tournaments rolling all day long as well.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Last year I played, I'm not so sure about this year.
And of course, there's City Park is open and
Yes, sir. Yes, City Park is always rolling. Of course, summer is our busiest time of the year, especially on the weekends. Most picnic shelters are already rented out, but we also have other events going on throughout the summer. If they check our website, portsmouthparks.com, they can get a list of all those events.
fantastic. Thanks so much for taking time to join us, Mark, and tell us about that.
Thank you, Rob.
If you're young or young at heart, no visit to Old Town is complete without a stop at the Children's Museum of Virginia. Aaron Colston joins us next to tell us what you can find there this month. Aaron, welcome back to Portsmouth Now.
Thanks for having me, Rob.
So, this August, what's happening at the Children's Museum of Virginia?
Well, it's summertime, so we're always super busy and super fun. So I would encourage anybody to reserve their tickets online at childrensmuseumva.com before they come in. We have tons of stuff happening at the Children's Museum. Our traveling exhibit right now is Shaun the Sheep, Flock This Way, which is part of your tickets.
Flock this
way. It's about the flock of sheep,
Okay.
including Shaun and all of their adventures in Mossy Bottoms. So I definitely would encourage families to come and check that out. We also have all new planetarium shows in August, so families can enjoy those as part of their visit as well.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
And any special days or anything coming up?
Sure. Second Saturdays is Saturday, August 10th, and Special Needs Sunday is the morning of Sunday, August 11th. We encourage families to come out for Second Saturday. It's Community Helper Day, so we'll have lots of community guests in sharing activities and things with families. And on Special Needs Sunday, we'll also have community helpers targeted more at our special needs families and some of the things that they've got going on. It's a little quieter experience, not quite as busy, and all of our loudest exhibits are turned down or turned off for our friends.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for stopping by and telling us about that. And what's the website again?
Sure, childrensmuseumva.com for all of our ticketing and hours and any question needs. We're still open Wednesday through Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Hello, Portsmouth. It's a beautiful day out today. Let's talk about something that's not so beautiful: stormwater pollution.
Stormwater pollution turns our waterways dark and murky. But that's okay, I've got 3 easy tips for stormwater-friendly lawn care.
First up, pet owners, remember, scoop the poop.
Poop contains harmful bacteria that can get into our waterways, so please, use one of our many pet waste stations that we have located around the city.
When mowing your lawns, be mindful of where you put your grass clippers at. They can get in front of storm drains and prevent the water flow.
When it comes to fertilizer, remember, less is more. Fertilizer can get into our storm drains, which actually feed algae blooms in our waterways. So we recommend that you go and get your soil tested before applying fertilizer. Remember, your lawn and the environment will thank you.
When washing your vehicles, try to do it over top of your lawn instead of in your driveway.
The grass acts as a natural filter and prevents any pollutants from getting into our storm drains. So remember, try to use eco-friendly products.
So there you have it, Portsmouth. Simple ways to keep our storm waters clean and our city beautiful. Remember, every little bit helps.
For 52 years, the Seawall Art Show has been one of Portsmouth's signature events with over 85 artists, live music, and great food. Barbara Byers joins us next to tell us about this year's show. Barbara, welcome to Portsmouth Now.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you for having me.
It's a big year. This is the 52nd annual Seawall Art Show.
That's right.
So now, when does this take place?
It takes place August 24th and 25th, which is a Saturday, Sunday.
Okay. Now, I know we call it the Seawall Art Show because initially, I believe it started out on the seawall.
That's right.
It sort of has grown, though, over the years, and now it's not, it sort of is on High Street.
Yes, we kind of outgrew the seawall, and so now we're from Crawford to Court Streets.
Okay. And this isn't just on the sidewalk. This is like the streets.
Yes,
you're in the streets.
Artist tents are in the streets. Streets totally closed.
So it feels, I don't know, I told you before you started shooting, it feels like a big block party almost.
Right.
With beautiful art, as you added.
Beautiful art and wonderful entertainment, and yeah. It's...
And food. So and then this for 2 days. Now, the art that people will see in there, what types of things will they see?
We have just about every kind of art you can imagine. We have oil paintings, we have photography, jewelry, sculpture. Some people do sculptures in ironwork. We have some fabric artists. Just anything you can think of, pretty much cover the gamut.
And the artists and the pieces, this is a juried show?
It is.
Okay, now what is a juried show for viewers who might not know what that term even means?
Well, the artists have to apply to be in the show, and they have to submit photographs of their work. And that is juried by a panel of professional artists who select the ones that meet our criteria of excellence to be in the show.
And the criteria, I know you will go to some art shows, and a lot of times you'll see crafts, and it's basically someone went to Michael's or some big box store, bought some things and sort of glued it together into a piece of art, and they're selling it. That's not what this is.
No, there's certainly a place for that, but that's not the Seawall Art Show. We have fine artists that are professionals.
So basically everything that goes into their pieces, if they're doing something sculpture, is something that they have made?
Absolutely, they do it themselves.
Okay,
yeah.
Fantastic. Now, there's also a youth division of the show?
We have a student art show on Saturday where we invite students from all over Hampton Roads in middle and high schools to apply to be in the show. And that is not juried to get into the show, but we do have a jurist who awards prizes to the students.
But that really is great because it's encouraging young artists and kids with talent to pursue this.
Yes.
Are there awards for the artists who have been juried and who are in the show?
Yes, we have awards. We have Best in Show, 2nd through 5th, and then we have a few like oil and acrylic sculpture, I think is one of them. And the prizes range from $250 to $1,800.
Yeah, well, I know if you are, the holidays are 5 months away, but if you're the type who knows that someone in your family or a friend loves art, this is a great place to go to buy a gift for somebody who appreciates art.
I do that every year. I think of who I need gifts for because there's such a wide range. And and it goes from things that are relatively inexpensive to things that are, not
expensive, not inexpensive.
and so, it covers the waterfront, really.
That's great. Now, I'm looking forward to, this is something that happens every year. For those who might want to be a part of this, not necessarily being in it, but helping organize it or helping man the show, as it were. Right. If people wanted to get involved with the organization itself, can they do that? Absolutely. And how would they go about it?
Absolutely. They can go to our Facebook page at seawallartshow.org, I think is the official name, or our website, which is seawallartshow.org, and send us a message. We're actively looking for volunteers. We have volunteers who help the artists set up their tents. Okay. Volunteers who give the artists water throughout the day. As you know, it can get really warm in August.
Yes.
We have volunteers who come in first thing in the morning on Saturday and Sunday and have a little breakfast cart we go around for the artists.
That's great.
We have people who, if the artist needs a break and needs somebody to sit in their tent and, keep an eye on their art. So we just have all sorts of wonderful volunteers.
Are you looking for volunteers for this The show coming
We
up?
are
Okay.
recruiting. We
So
are.
they would just go to your Facebook page then?
And send us a message. Yes,
Okay, great.
absolutely.
Now, what about people who are artists who may be watching this, or maybe someone who they have a friend or family member who's an artist who might be interested in getting into the show maybe next year?
Right.
What process do they need to take?
The application is on the website, seawallartshow.org. You fill out the application, follow the process that's very well laid out to what you have to do. And hopefully you'll get in.
All right, so give us the dates one more time for this year.
August 24th and 25th.
It's a Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5 on Saturday, 10 to 4 on Sunday.
All right, well, thank you so much, Barbara, for joining us and telling us all about it. And so if you're in Portsmouth, or even if you're not in Portsmouth, come to Portsmouth this year and see the 52nd Seawall Art Show. One of the things that makes Old Town Portsmouth so charming, besides its collection of historic homes, are the displays of public art that you find almost everywhere you look. Murals, sculptures, and interactive pieces. And increasingly, works of art such as these are being found throughout the city of Portsmouth, thanks to the effort of one fantastic citizens group, Support Portsmouth Public Art. Our last guest today is John Joyce, Vice President of the organization. John, welcome back to Portsmouth Now.
Thank you.
Now, for people who might not know, what is Support Portsmouth Public Art?
It's an organization, nonprofit, that we started back in 2010. And since then, we've probably installed maybe over 115 art pieces throughout our city. I think every park, and a nature park, city park, some of the small parks around Portsmouth have them, as well as a lot of the city buildings, as well as a lot of private buildings.
Yeah.
We hope to continue this. We've got sculptures, we've got a lot of murals. We do more murals because they're just easier.
Yeah. So what is the idea behind having public art? Art that's out where people can walk by it. I mean, there's some places here in Old Town where there's some interactive type things.
The public art's been found throughout the world now as being a phenomena that it gets people excited, they get people thinking, it gets people feeling calmer, actually, believe it or not. It calms people down. Very similar to a museum, but getting people inside a building is sometimes tough, and public art is free, and so it's a win-win.
Are the pieces done by local artists, or are they done by artists that are commissioned from elsewhere, or are these pieces that are made elsewhere and then bought here?
Most of them are local artists. When I say local, probably over half are from Tidewater area. As many as we get from Portsmouth. We do have some pieces like we have 3 herons up, bronze sculptured herons that I drove all the way to Connecticut to get. I just wanted them so badly. They're at the Hoffler Creek Park, or Wildlife
Preserve, yeah.
So yeah, it does vary.
Yeah, I know there's some things too. I would think that for here at Old Town, there are a number of things that for tourists, people coming here, it's a great photo op with their social media, and take a picture of yourself in front of a pair of wings or something you're painting on the wall and post that.
Well, yeah, we did a winging it through Portsmouth. We did like 10 wings. We've still have that going. We just got the Peacock back up. It met its I would first said demise from the hurricane about 2 years ago. We just got I restored it along with the artist, and we put it back up a couple weeks ago. So they're all there. We've got 16 little toads that are all throughout all the restaurants and stores and stuff. That it's sort of like a scavenger hunt. We have, in the past year, we've been working on something called Vintage Row, which is on the 900 block of High Street. And we have taken buildings that we're all painted one color, owned by 1 or 2 people, and we've made them into storefronts that built businesses we would like to have in Portsmouth, like a record store, and there's like a diner, and a bookstore, and a music store, and magic shop.
So you can
things
basically
like that.
take vacant buildings or buildings that are not being leased to anybody and make
Well,
them attractive, make them feel part of everything.
It's sort of almost a joke. We're trying to make it so realistic that people get fooled. And indeed, while we're out there painting, people have come by and wanted to go into the magic shop, and little kids come in with their parents and like, no, there's no magic shop. And probably the funniest one was when a friend of mine and I were working on the garage. We have a vintage car garage, and we were up there, and a guy comes up to apply for a job. So I don't know, it sounds almost cruel, but at the same time, it was realistic enough that they thought it was actually happening. And that's sort of what art can do. Now, about this past May, we had a festival not too far from there on Hatton Street in an area called Wall Street, which is nothing but a fancy name for an alleyway, really. And that we now have an extra 13 murals in Hatton and Wall Street. So if you go on to the 900 block of High Street, just make a right if you're going out downtown, and you'll see the other murals. And you were talking about professionals. We have a lot of professionals that have origins in Tidewater, but now are living in New York, LA, some of them from Richmond, and they were just amazing murals. I mean, we had our festival, we had almost 1,700 to 1,800 people. Some people say 2,000, I'm not sure about that, but we had breakdancing, we had skateboarding, we had DJ, we had paint your own murals and by number, and an arcade game, whole arcade system. So it was really a wonderful time. We plan on doing that next year, next May, I think 10th.
Okay.
So we're already.
We'll get you back on here to learn more about it.
Absolutely. It was an amazing day. It really was. Everything worked out great, which is always shocking. Right now, we're also started on a new project called Royalty on Queen Street, and we're going to be putting murals of queens, various types of queens. We've already got one commission, and it's going to be the Queen of Hearts. But we're going to also, hopefully, if it goes as planned, we're also going to be painting the back of the old Colony Theater.
Okay.
It's a 3-story building, and I've always wanted to do this, and everybody keeps encouraging me, like I don't know if it's a great idea or not, but I love it. We're going to make it the Globe Theater, the Shakespeare Globe Theater.
Fantastic.
And we're going to be having characters from Shakespeare all scattered all over. And Rob, if you wanted to be Hamlet, you could pay us some money. We'll pay an artist to paint your face on Hamlet. So you will be up there, like, wow, you bring your friends. And so that's what help pay for this very expensive mural.
Wait, speaking about paying for this art, the organization, can anyone join the organization?
We would love to have anybody join. It's $20 a year. And if you go to sppava.org, you can get in there, or you can call me.
And of course, I suppose you all take just contributions too.
We love contributions, and if you have a building that you would like to be painted, we can't say we will, but we certainly can. If we can't afford it or partner with you, then we certainly can find you an artist. Okay. Because our job is not just to personally put all the art up, but to encourage people to put other art. Yeah. And we have several other murals through the city now that were put up and painted by the owners, or painted by an artist paid by the owner. So it's another way of helping out getting art.
Well, thank you. Well, great. Well, thanks for joining us today. And really, what's the website again?
It's sppava.org.
All right.
And okay, thanks.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us, John. That's it for our show today. If you'd like to find out more about any of the events featured on this episode or any other events taking place in Portsmouth, simply log on to www.portsvacation.com and then come to Portsmouth, where if you give us a day, we'll give you a vacation. I'm Rob Lauer. Join me next month for the September episode of Portsmouth Now.